ओम सर्व वेदांत सिद्धांत गोचरम तम गोचरम गोविंदम परमानंदम सद्गुरुम प्रणतोस्म्यहम. In the Guru Shishya dialogue, Guru is teaching the Shishya how to discriminate between the real self and the unreal non-self. And he described it through gross body, settled body, and the causal body. Then from another angle, he started doing the discrimination. That is the Panchakosha as described in the Tattiriya, the Annamaya Atmanam, the body made of food, came as the gross body, is not Atman, body made of vital forces and the Karmendriyas, a part of the subtle body, called the vital Atman and the vital sheath, is not my real self. The mind as myself, mind along with the organs of perception, that is felt as myself, and understood that that is not myself, then it becomes a sheath. And then he came to the Vijnanamaya Kosha, the I consciousness. Consciousness reflected or limited or somehow associated with an individual body and mind, and that is being shown as that is not myself. And that is what transmigrates, that is what is under delusion, that is being described. At this point, the Shishya feels that it may be delusion, it may not be delusion, but this feeling that I transmigrate is anadi. And so, anadi thing cannot end is a logical statement. But logic is not to be applied in all cases bluntly. There are exceptions to the rules. So that talk is going on. Shankar is telling that, the Guru is telling that, that which is outright delusion has no existence. And whether it is Anadi or Ananta or all that. And the very definition of delusion is that as knowledge comes, that will go away. So that is how the thing is being taught. And we read that up to Shloka 197. Now we read 198 and 199 together. Anaditvam avidyaya karyasyapi tatha ishyate utpannayam tu vidyayam avidyakam anadi api prabodhe swapnavat sarvam sahamulam vinashyati anadi api idam no nityam prag abhava iva sputam. So because avidya is anadi, avidya is not a thing to be indestructible. It is anadi. In the sense, it does not exist at all. Karyasapi tatha ushyate. So this delusion or I consciousness which has come out as a product of that wrong knowledge also will behave similar to avidya. If avidya is anadi, this also appears to be anadi, but avidya will go away by knowledge, so this also will go away by knowledge. Utpannayam tu vidyayam, when the knowledge dawns, right knowledge, avidyakam, that which is a product of avidya is called avidyakam. Anadi api, though it may be anadi, Prabhupada, as example, on waking up, Swapnavat Sarvam Sahamulam Vinashyati. The dream itself is gone, then dream objects and subjects all are gone. So when the real awakening comes in the Vidya, then all this will go away. Vinashyati will be destroyed. Now he gives an example to understand how Anadi also can be destroyed. Remember here, Anadi thing cannot be destroyed. But Anadi non-thing can be destroyed. That is the thing to be shown now. Anadi api idam, no, but it is not eternal. Prag abhava eva sputam, very clearly. This is logician stuff, pragabha. Pragabha means a jar is not yet created. So there is abhav of that. Now, when the jar is created, that abhav goes away. Now, from the time immemorial or from anadi, the jar is not there. So it is anadi. But when the jar is created, it is destroyed. Remember here, the logic is that the non-existing thing, though anadi, can be destroyed. If a thing exists and anadi, it cannot be destroyed. So this rule of anadi not being destroyed is applicable to to all the existing things, not to non-existing things. And a thing which exists because of delusion is a non-existing thing. So just like abhav, pragabhav, that means before creation there is an abhav of something. That is called pragabhav. And that is anadi. Never was that thing there. So it is anadi. And when the thing is created, that anadi pragabhav goes away. So thing which is absent, that abhav can be destroyed, though it is anadi. A thing cannot be destroyed if it is anadi. That is the difference. अनादेरपि विध्वंसः प्राग अभावस्य वीक्षितः यद बुद्धि उपाधि संबंधात् परिकल्पितमात्मनि. So जीवत्वं न ततोऽन्यस्तु स्वरूपेण विलक्षणः संबंधस्वात्मनो बुद्ध्या मिथ्या ज्ञान पुरस्सरः. The first line is connected with the previous line, that prag abhav, though it is anadi, its destruction is seen, vikshita. So no question of whether it happens or not, we see that abhav is destroyed. Now, what is this apparent I? Yad buddhi upadhi sambandha. So buddhi, I told you that prakriti part, which along with the reflection of consciousness appears to be I myself. That is the buddhi with upadhi sambandha. Because of that, parikalpitam atmani. It is imagined in the Atman. In the real nature of the Atman, this I does not exist, but due to the feeling of I in Prakriti, due to the reflected consciousness that is imagined in the Atman, that is Jivatvam. The Jivatvam is something imagined in the Atman due to Buddhi, which is not the self, which is an Upadhi, which is the apparent self. And along with that, there is a reflection of I consciousness, which is not real consciousness. It is only a reflection of consciousness. It is only an assumed chaya of consciousness. So that Jivatvam na tato anyastu, it is not different from this non-existing thing. It is not different from my own real nature. It has no separate existence. Sarupena vilakshana. If you try to find its real nature, we will find that it is not that. My Sarupa is totally different. Jivatvam na tato anya tu Sarupena vilakshana. So Jivatva is due to that mithya jnana. It has a different characteristics from the Atman. If you try to find the real nature, you will find that real consciousness is only Atman. This was an apparent consciousness due to reflection. Sambandhas, sambandhastu Atmano Buddhya Mithya Jnanapur. The very fundamental thing is that consciousness can never become associated with anything material. That is still more fundamental. So this buddhi, if it is a part of the prakriti, how can Atman get associated with it at all? So the very association is mithya. So the very association is superimposed. So the very association is only felt by us. And it is through non-existing association that I is born. So how does this I become real? And if the I is not real at all, then though it is anadi, the feeling, it will be destroyed when the real knowledge comes. When I know that I am consciousness, very different from this, which is not at all associated with anything called matter, then how this I will arise? So, Atmano Buddhya Sambandham Mithya Jnana Purassara. The very connection of Prakriti with this consciousness is due to Mithya Jnana. It can never happen. विनिवृत्ति भवेत् तस्य सम्यक् ज्ञानेन नान्यथा ब्रह्मात्मैकत्व विज्ञानम सम्यक् ज्ञानम श्रुतेर्मतम. Now you say that anadi cannot be destroyed. We say that anadi cannot be destroyed by anything other than knowledge. Anadi cannot be destroyed by anything other than knowledge. Because that anadi thing is delusion, it will be destroyed by knowledge. And because Anadi will be destroyed by knowledge, but Anadi, because of Anadi, it will not be destroyed by anything else. So it has rather added to our conviction that when we get the right knowledge, this I itself will vanish. So, Vinivrutti Bhavet Tasya, Tasya of this I consciousness, Vinivrutti stopping happens Samyak Jnanena by the right knowledge, na anyatha. Now, what is right knowledge? Brahmatmaikatva Vijnanam Samajnanam Shrutermatam. All the Shruti, all the rishis are telling us that the knowledge that the universal reality and individual reality are not different is the right knowledge. There is no individual reality other than the universal reality. That is the right knowledge, is being told by all the rishis. Tad Atmana, tad Atma Anatmano Samyak Viveke Naiva Siddhati Tato Viveka Kartavya Pratyagatma Sadatmano. So how will this wrong knowledge go? How will this right knowledge come? By discrimination. So it comes back to that. By discrimination between what is real self and what is unreal and not self. This will happen by the right discrimination only. Siddhati means it will be fruitful or it will be completed, it will be successful only by the discrimination between the real self and the non-self. Atto tato viveka kartavya. That is why the name of the book is Vivek Charamani. That is why Acharya Guru is telling the Sheshya. So I have been telling you that discrimination is the thing to be done. Pratyagatma Sadatma. Here, little careful. Pratyagatma is actually the same self. But here, Pratyagatma means what I feel as my individual self. Please understand this point. Pratyagatma here means what I feel as my inner self. That is different from the real self, Sadatma. Real self cannot be felt as I. So what I feel as I or my inner self, between that and the real self, discrimination has to be done. This point please note down, otherwise the term will not should not confuse us. This Pratyagatma here does not stand for Atman, it is something which felt as inner self, that is the I consciousness. And Sadatmana is the real self. Between them, Vivek must be done. What will happen when the wake is done, when the discrimination is done, when the filtration is done in the consciousness? Jalam pankavadantyantam panka paye jalam sputam yatha bhati tathatmavi dosha bhave sputa prabha. So an example, there is water and there is mud in the water. If the mud is removed, the water is very clear. In the same way, this high consciousness appears to be Atman with so many faults. But when the I consciousness goes away, the faults also will go away. We cannot remove our faults one by one. We can reduce them to minimum. And they will go only when the I consciousness goes. Along with that, all the faults will go. So, if the mud goes away, water is clear. So, when the I consciousness, along with the defects or faults, will go away, then Atman is Prabha. Atma Api, our real self, is shining, very clearly shining in its own glory. There is no problem with that. There is no defect in that. This defect is in the self, means apparent self. Defect is in the I consciousness. And if the I consciousness can go away, it will take away all the defects in that. This is an important point, please. We must struggle to remove our defects. We shall succeed in minimizing them. But they will go away only when the self which has these defects will go away. When the apparent self will go away, when this I consciousness will go away, then only the defects which are associated with this I consciousness will go away, not otherwise. So, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsar, we try our utmost. We can control them, we can reduce them, we can minimize them, but they will go away only on Brahmajna. Only when we know that we are the universal self, we are not an individual only. Though we search for the individual self, we landed in the universal self because so long as anything of individuality is attached to it, it is not the real self. So this Pratyak Atma means something of my is attached to it that cannot be the Sadatma. And when this is gone, the defects are gone. A beautiful, important from the spiritual sadhak point of view. Asan nivruttau tu sadatmana skutam pratitire tasya bhavet pratichaha tato nirasa karaniya eva sadatmana sadhu aham vastuna. So when the unreal things go away, then the real self will be very clearly shining. Pratitya, you will experience yourself, the real self. Praticha, that means though it is inside, it will be seen as the real self when the apparent inner self will go away. So we must remove that. Here, discrimination is equated to filtration in the consciousness. So, from consciousness, any defect which we appear to be in ourselves, including avidya and maya and all that, is only attached to the apparent self, is only associated with the jiva, is only associated with the vijnanamaya kosha. So, when the knowledge comes, all this will go away, and this filtration has to be done. Ahamadi vastuna. Aham is the first thing to be filtered. Mind is another thing to be filtered. Indriyas are another thing to be filtered. Body is another thing to be filtered away from the real Atman. So when we feel real Atman, we should never feel this I. The Aham Brahmasmi felt in the real Atman is not this Aham at all. It is becoming clearer and clearer here. Brahman is felt as myself. This I feeling was due to the reflection, and this must go away. And starting from this aham, all other things come. I am so and so, then these are my things, and these are all the bandhanas, and they will all vanish when the real self is known, filtered away from these things. Ato nayam paratma syad vijnanamaya shabdabhat vikaritvad jadatvad cha parichinnatva hetutah दृश्यत्वाद व्यभिचारित्वाद न अनित्यो नित्य इष्यते. So now that topic is being concluded that Vijnanamaya Kosha cannot be the real self, that I feeling cannot be the real self. And in between, when the Shishya said that because it is Anadi, it will never go away. After explaining that Anadi Abhav will be gone, Anadi Bhav cannot go away, that has been clearly told. And so this filtration is very necessary that this I and all everything associated with I must be removed from the consciousness of the real Atman. And so, in the conclusion, he says, so the name is Vijnanamaya, that which is felt as myself, that is Vijnanamaya, that which is experienced as myself. So Vijnanamaya. It has consciousness as reflection. So Vijnanamaya. So this name Vijnanamaya, this is not the transcendent real self. Hato, therefore, Nayam Paratma. This is not the real transcendent self, Sat Vijnanamaya Shabdabha. That which is denoted by the word Vijnana, Vijnanamaya, that cannot be the real self. Now, in summing up, he gives the reason why it cannot be the real self. He has described all these things and why and that Anadi and all that has been discussed. So in the conclusion, the points which will help us to discriminate between the I consciousness and the real self, those points are being enumerated in the end. Vikaritva, it changes. As we found, the I consciousness of a small child is very different from I consciousness of an old man. I consciousness of an unmarried person is different from I consciousness of a married person. So it changes. Actually, it changes every day. But unless it has a big change, we are not aware of it. So small boy, young man, and old man. So this I consciousness is something changing. While the real self cannot change. That is the very criteria of truth. He has told in the beginning that which will not change its nature is real. So, first point to discriminate between the Vijnanamaya quotient reality is Vikaritva. Jadatvacha. Now it is mainly Prakriti, mainly that Buddhi, which is made of the sattvic particles of the finer matter, only this I consciousness is reflecting on it. That's all. There is no consciousness there. It is actually the matter. Jadatva Parichinnatva hetuna. The very fact that it is limited with an individual shows that it is not real. Consciousness having no dimension can never be limited. The reality can never be limited. This is limited. And so it that is the reason, Hetuta. Because of the reason of its being limited, it cannot be myself, it cannot be real. Drishyatva. Those with purer mind can see this I consciousness as an object. Just as we can see jar, just as we can see our own mind, if we are developed enough, we can see this I functioning. And because it is Drishyatvat, because it is seen as an object, it cannot be myself. Vyavicharitvat, changing is a different thing. Vyavichari means gone away. The waking eye is different from the sleeping eye. The dream eye is different from the sleeping eye. So it is Vyavichari. But, so these are the reasons which will help us in the summary way after we not remember all this, memorize all this description. If you remember that the apparent self or the reflected I is Vikari, Jada, Parichinna, Drishya, and Vyavichari. Changing, matter, limited, object, and non-existent sometimes and existent sometimes. So, this is the discrimination of Vijnanamaya Kosha done. Now, the next is Anandamaya Kosha. Anandamaya Atmanam Anandamaya Kosha. I have described it. Let me describe it again. The Vijnanamaya Kosha, or this I consciousness, tries to search its own source. From where this consciousness has come, from where the consciousness is reflecting in the form of I. And as soon as the face of this I is turned inward, turned towards its own real nature, like the light in the filament and light in the bulb, as the one focused lamp on the near the roof of a big hall, conical roof, and reflected in the different cabins through mirrors. So, when this reflected light tries to search for its own nature, the first thing it comes is joy. And the joy overpowers one so much that I feel I am the joy. So that is called Anandamaya Atma. And when it understood that this is a joy of union, the source of this joy, the base of this joy is reality. Then only this feeling that this joy is myself will go away. But one important point here is that that self will always have this joy with it. So we see Sri Krishna, all his disciples, Swami Vivekananda, about Sri Krishna, we have heard from Holy Mother that he was Sadananda. I have never seen him Nirananda in any samadhi or in talking with people. When Swami Vivekananda was in England, they told him that the preacher of religion should be grave-faced. Swamiji said, my face becomes grave only if I have dyspepsia or problem in the stomach. We are the sons of immortal bliss. Why we should be grave? We shall always be laughing and smiling. So this is the connection of Ananda with the reality. Now let us see the description of Anandamaya, Atma and Anandamaya Kosha, what Shankaracharya tells us. Ananda Pratibimba Chumbita Tanur Vruttistamo Jumbita Shad Anandamaya Priyadi Gunakaha Sveshtarthalabhodaya Punyasyanubhave Vivati Kritinam Ananda Rupa Swayam Sarvo Nandati Yatra Sadhu Tanubhrut Matra Prayatnam Vina. This is the Anandamaya Atma, we later on called Anandamaya Shita. Ananda Pratibimba Chumbita Tanu. The body of this Anandamaya Kosha is kissed by the reflection of Ananda. Ananda is my real nature, Brahman, but that pervades, that permeates this feeling when I try to join myself to the reality. Vritti, it is a mental wave. Tamojumrita. That means because real self is covered there. Real self is kissing me, but it is covered. And so it is a vritti of the tamogun. It is an expression of the vritti of tamogun because the reality is covered. That is called Anandamaya Kosha. Anandamaya means filled with Ananda, not Ananda in itself. Filled with Ananda is called Ananda Pratibhimbita, Pratibhimba Chumbita Tanu. And this is that Anandamaya Kosha, Priyadi Gunaka. What are its qualities? The description is in the Taittiriya Upanishad that is being referred to here. तस्य प्रियमेव शिरः मोद दक्षिण पक्ष प्रमोद उत्तर पक्ष Ananda Atma Brahma Pucham Pratishtha. So Priya means when somebody dear to us comes, we feel happy. This happiness is due to the expression of Atman, which is in me and which is in him. So this is a function of that Anandamaya Kosha. Moda, more happiness. Pramoda, still more happiness. I recommend to all of you the description of Master Masha's fourth visit to Sri Ramakrishna. Fourth visit to Sri Ramakrishna. It starts by heading that Sri Ramakrishna is joyful along with Narendra and others. And then throughout that we'll see more joy, everybody happy. Like that, the description is there. And this actually suits this Anandamaya Kosha, which is always there with the Ananda Purusha. So Ananda Purusha is always there. And that is permeating this Anandamaya Kosha and Priyatvadi Gunaka that you can find out there in the Taittiriya Upanishad or Master Masha's fourth visit to Sri Ramakrishna in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri So Ishta Artha Labodaya. Something I like and I get that, from that it is born, the Priyatva. Priyatva is born by I like something and that I get, from that the Priyatva is born. In the similar way, Moda, Pramoda all will be explored. Punyasya Anubhave. Actually, unless a man has done good deeds throughout his life, you may say, one cannot come to this Anandamaya Kosha. Though it is not Ananda itself, but the experiencing in Sri Ramakrishna, it is Ananda itself, surrounded by Anandamaya Kosha, expressed in Anandamaya Kosha as an example. But when anybody finds joy, it is due to something good which he has done previously. So the full description of Anandamaya is being told, Punyasya Anubhave Vibhati Krutina. Krutina means successful people, people who have done good work, they are called Krutina. And that Punya results into this Ananda Vibhati, it shines in their life, Ananda Rupa Swayam. Actually, Ananda Rupa and Anandamaya. In its own real nature, it is Ananda only. And in the experience, it shines as filled with Ananda. When I experience something, it is filled with Ananda. The real nature is Ananda itself. So you'll find Ananda Roop and Anandamaya. Swayam Ananda Roop, but experienced as Anandamaya. Sarvo Nandati Yatra Sadhu Tanavrit. Those who are good people, those who have a good body, all of them are happy due to that Anandamaya Kosha. Anubhrut Matra Prayatnam Vidam. They don't have to effort. Without any effort, they are happy because they have done good in their previous life. That is the definition of a good man. And good man is always happy because inside him the previous punya sanskaras are shining and he becomes happy. Now in our daily life, Anandamaya Kosha should be shown, which is the happiest period of our life every day, deep sleep. In the deep sleep, because our mind is not working, indriyas are not working, the Ananda Swarupa is reflected over the non-working mind. So it is not broken. When the mind works, when we work, then the Ananda gets broken every day. And that is why it is mixed with misery. But in deep sleep, because the mind is not working, we have to understand this point important. We feel to get joy, we have to eat something, drink something. No, no, no. If we stop eating, drinking, if we stop the functions of the mind, we will be happy normally. That is being proved in the deep sleep. So, Anandamaya Koshasya Sushuptau Smurtirutkata Swapna Jagarayor Ishad Ishta Sandarshanadina Sushuptau Utkata Smurti. If you want to see the Anandamaya Kosha, its intense functioning is in the deep sleep. Then in Swapna and Jagrati, some particles are there. Swapna and Jagrati also, our Ananda Swarupata is reflects a little. Nothing comparison to the Ananda of the deep sleep. Swapna Jagare or Ishat Sandarshanadina, Ishta Sandarshanadina. That told in the previous shloka, we like something and if that we see, we feel happy. This much, we like the rasgulla, it is put in the mouth. That moment we are happy. Next one. So in Jagruti and Swapna, only by experiencing something which we like, a little particle of this Ananda comes. In deep sleep, it comes fully. But we cannot sleep always. We have to realize our real nature, then only we'll be master of it. Will not be lost also in it. Naiva, Naivayam Anandamaya Paratma, Sopadikatvat Prakrute Vikarat, Karyatva Heto Sukrita Kriyaya, Vikara Sangat Samahitatvat. This Anandamaya Kosha is also not the real nature of the self. It is not the Paratma. Sopadikatvat. Because it shines in the deep sleep. So its Upadhi is non-working mind or non-working indriyas, and so it has Upadhi. It is working only in the state of ignorance. Prakriti and Vikara, and the sleep and Jagruti and Swapna, they are the difference in the Prakriti. Mind and Indriyas, they are Prakriti. So this Anandamaya Kosha is a Prakriti Vikar, in which the just like consciousness being reflected, this Ananda is being reflected. Ananda is a near expression than consciousness. Prana is still further away. Ananda, consciousness, prana you may say, Shakti. So this Ananda being Prakriti Vikar, Karyatva Hetu, it is a product. Sukrita Kriyaya. Only when we do Punya Karma, then this comes. So it is a product of the Punya Karma. Vikara Sangata Samahitatvat. Vikara Sangat. That means our body. Containing all the koshas. Body, mind, eye consciousness and all that are a configuration, a combination of the different Prakriti materials. Samahitatvad. It is only a congregation of the uh, modified things. So it is not the real self. So about Anandamaya, definition, description, being shown in Sushupti and being told that that is not the real self. The bedrock of this is Ananda Rupa, that is the real self, and this is a reflected Ananda, so it is not the real self. This much in three shlokas. Only Vijnanamaya, Manomaya and Vijnanamaya have taken a longer time. All other shlokas have been shown. Now, what is happening now? On the Panchakoshas, we are discriminated from the real self. Panchanamapi koshanam nishede yuktita shrute tan nishedhavade sakshi bodharupo vashishyate. Here also another important thing is going to come. So all the Panchakoshas, when they are negated, by discriminative reasons shown up till now, and according to what the rishis have told us, as soon as they are negated, then who was seeing all that? The Sakshi, the unchanging real consciousness was witnessing all this. Bodharupa of the nature of consciousness, avashishyate, that is left behind. So discrimination equal to filtration. And when everything else is filtered, only the Bodharupa Sakshi remains. योयम आत्मा स्वयं ज्योति पंचकोश विलक्षणा अवस्थात्रय साक्षी सन निर्विकारो निरंजना सदानंदा स विज्ञेया स्वात्मत्वेन विपश्चिता. That is this Atma. It is self-luminous. It is different in characteristic than all the five koshas. It is the witness of Jagrat, Swapna and Sushupti. It itself has no modification or change. It has no impurity. It is bliss by itself. So permanent bliss, one should realize this as my real self. Though real self was described in various ways, but at the conclusion of the discrimination of all Panchakoshas, it is being stated that this is something to be realized Swatmatvena, as one's own self, not as an object, Vipashita, by the man of knowledge. By the man of knowledge, this real nature of oneself, different from Panchakoshas, the witness of all Sakshis, unmodified, pure, bliss by nature, should be realized as myself by the man of knowledge. Here one difficulty comes now. And this difficulty comes in imagination. Those who actually remove Panchakoshas will find the Anandamaya, Ananda Swarup Brahman. But we are imagining here what will happen if you remove all the koshas. Understand? That is a big difference here. Now the Shishya is asking a question. He has not realized that. He has not undergone all this discrimination. And imagining what would happen if I discriminate. That is the difference. Shishya uvacha मिथ्यात्वेन निषिद्धेषु कोशेषु एतेषु पंचसु सर्वाभावं विना किंचित न पश्यामि अत्र हे गुरो विज्ञेयं किमु वस्तु अस्ति स्वात्मनात्म विपश्चिता. So if I negate all the panchakoshas as they are unreal, then what will I get? Absence of everything, zero. That is imagination. A person who negates on the basis, he has been telling both things, know that you are the real self and discriminate that you are not the non-self. But without that real self, if only I remove all this, I will be landing in zero. I will be landing in abhav. I will be landing in the absence of everything. That fear comes wrongly. So मिथ्यात्वेन निषिद्धेषु कोशेषु एतेषु पंचसु सर्व अभावं विना किंचित न पश्यामि हे गुरु. Oh Guru of mine, I don't see in my imagination, I had that. The absence of everything. Other than that, I do not see anything. Then tell me, what is that thing which I have to realize? By a man of knowledge, what is that thing which he realizes as himself? I see only above. Sri Guru Ruvacha. सत्यमुक्तं त्वया विद्वन् निपुणोऽसि विचारणे अहमादि विकारास्ते तद अभावो अयमप्यसु सर्वे येनानुभूयन्ते या स्वयं नानुभूयते तम आत्मानं वेदितारं विद्धि बुद्ध्या सूक्ष्मया. In one stroke, the answer is given. Guru understands the difficulty very clearly. Are you not experiencing that above? Are you not there? When everything else is filtered, in your experience, above may come, but you will remain. And that you, what will remain? Your real self will remain. When all the Panchakoshas are discriminated and removed, what will remain is yourself. So, don't imagine that nothing will remain. Nothing will remain in your objective experience, but the experiencer will remain. This is the beautiful answer. Shri Guru is telling, Satyamuktam Toya Vidman. Oh man of knowledge, what you are told is real. Not that it is unreal. One side you are told real, but see the other side. Nipunosi vicharani. You are good, you are understood, and you are good in discriminating. Ahmadi vikaraste. Starting from I consciousness, all the modifications, that abhavo, I am api anu. So all that can be seen that they are absent. Sarve enanubhuyante, but what was experiencing I and everything? What is experiencing zero now? Yes, swayam nanubhuyate. It cannot be experienced as an object. It becomes yourself. It cannot be experienced as your object. By that, everything was being experienced. Tam atmanam veditaram. That the knower is your real self with thee. Buddhya susukshmaya. So, Buddhya susukshmaya, that means this I consciousness is filtered totally. And I know mind by Sukshma Buddhi. I know my I consciousness by still more Sukshma Buddhi. Let it become still more Sukshma and try to find out your experiencer. If you can find out your experiencer through a very purified, subtle mind, then only you will understand that tat sakshikam bhavet tat tat yad yad yena anubhuyate kasyapi ananubhutarthe sakshitvam nopayujyate. Let us study this in the next term. So, the answer we have read, but in detail, how this zero will not be there, how we will realize our own reality, that description let us postpone for the next reading. So, 214 up to we are read, we may repeat 213, 14 or 12 even today. So, let us conclude the class little early because it was quite a heavy dose. And now we are left with our real nature. So to grasp that real nature, let us take it on the next turn. Om Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmiham Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.